Last time on Trials of Mana.
These little guys are just like, I'm third generation. This is my hut. This was my mom's hut. This was my grandmama's hut. And then I'm just gonna wander the same goddamn area for 6 hours like I did in Dragon Age.
Episode 3, Charlotte, Origins of Wendel. Alright, we return to Trials of Mana. In the last part, we recruited Fairy, came back to Lake Town Astoria, and whoopsies! Town go boom.
Kevin's like, oh shit!
Oh, how tragic. Ooh, Katie. Nobody survived.
Ooh.
Oh, item seed. Is anybody alive? Can you hear me? Oh, piece of candy.
Run, Kevin!
Just like, can you imagine, like, going through the ruggage, being like, can anybody hear me? Are you okay? Hey, that's a 5.
I know.
Oh, that's a 50.
And then you're just kind of like, should I take it? I mean, this house is dead, so...
They're not gonna need it. 100 lucre, we just took their savings.
Ah,
Peace!
can't take it with ya.
So yeah, let's comb through this area, and then we're gonna head back to Cascade Cavern.
Kick that chest open. Let's go!
Does he use the sole of his foot? The heel?
I feel like he would use his heel.
Yeah.
Either his toes or his heel.
Man, you can't use your toes. Even if you were a beastman, that shit would hurt.
See, I don't know, because, like, he is in bare feet all the time, so could you imagine his calluses?
Yeah.
Like, he's probably got some pretty intense calluses, so if he used, like, the pad of his foot under his big toe...
Okay. Because, like, that was the thing with hobbits. Tolkien wrote hobbits, like, they're barefoot, but because they're in their bare feet all the time, like,
it's like they
their
have...
calluses are rock hard.
Yeah.
So they could walk on, like, any surface better than humans and elves.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, they were such an unlikely character to consider. Because even orcs have trouble, like, going up certain rocky terrain. But hobbits do not have that issue.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, I've had calluses pretty much all my life just from, like, sports, from dancing, like, doing indoor dance. We used, like, a big vinyl tarp.
See, I just have, like, little callus patches.
But we didn't, like, you know, we didn't wear, like, socks or shoes. Like, we danced barefoot on the tarp.
Okay.
So...
Whereas I live in socks.
You do live in socks. I think I've seen your feet, like, twice.
Ah, rats.
Whereas I freaking hate socks and shoes.
Impatient. Give me a moment. I'll get rid of the barrier.
I'm indifferent towards shoes, but, like, I like wearing socks.
I mean,
Or slippers.
I like shoes, like any girl likes shoes, but I mean, if I have the choice of, like, walk around the house in socks or slippers, and it's not cold,
Yeah.
I'm going barefoot.
You're going barefoot? Okay.
Like, unless my feet are cold.
Okay. So we're going into Cascade Cavern, which was one of the first areas that was revealed when this game was still in development. So, like, they released the footage of, like, the characters in Cascade Cavern, and then fans compared it to the original Super Nintendo game to be like, wow, this is, like, 1-to-1.
Okay.
Because, like, these aren't redesigns. These are, like, 3D models based off the original character designs. Like, they didn't take that many liberties in the designs here. They tried to replicate as much as possible, which I prefer vastly over just like, let's just completely redesign and make it better. And I'm just like, you kind of lost the point of the original. Another level up, another item seed.
See, and, like, this is one that I can see justified making a remake.
Okay.
Like, the first one was, like, a 2D...
Yeah, 2D top-down RPG.
Yeah. Like, it was, what, 8-bit? 16-bit?
16-bit, yep.
You know? So it still, like, looked pretty enough.
Yes.
But this one, like, they took everything and they just made it modern.
Yeah.
You know, they gave it, like, the modern mechanics, the modern, like, camera controls, the characters are three-dimensional, so, like... But you still do all the same things, it's just... You get to see way more.
Yeah. It's like playing the same game in a new way almost. Because I mean, you got a map, you have all these skills that you didn't have before.
And things look prettier. You know, not that the old one wasn't pretty.
Right.
But like, when I say they look prettier, like the battle. You know, you have like all the lights and you have, you know, all of the flair and stuff that you just didn't get in the original.
Well, like, there's also so much more you can do in battle. Like, not to knock the original, it was groundbreaking for its time. So much so that Japan would hog it for like the next 20 years. But you just had to increase your stats to take the punches. You couldn't dodge. You couldn't move out of the way like you can in this game.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people are just like, wow, they made this game so easy. I'm like, well, I'd argue that the original was too hard because you just had to take the hits and keep chugging items and plowing through. Because, like, you can't dodge the attacks. When a boss casts a spell, it's hitting you.
You play them differently.
Yeah.
So the original, you could argue and say, like, you had to get all of the collectibles, you had to get all of the, like, the chests and things like that in order to be strong enough to take the hits to continue the game. Whereas this one, oh no!
Yeah. it gave me the snooze with the sleepy spores.
Whereas this one has more of a strategy where, like, you can forego getting some of the items. You shouldn't, because they help you so much in the long run.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't have to get every single chest. You don't have to get every single collectible item. Because now, you're right, you do have the ability to move out of the line of fire. You can escape battles. You know, you don't have to do every single battle. Again, you should, because it's going to level you up and it's going to help you in the long run, but...
It's not required.
It's more of a strategy.
Yep.
Than just like a, make sure you get everything, because if you miss that one chest, you're going to die.
And again, I'm just assuming I've never beaten the original Trials of Mana. I have it on my collection of mana, I played it for a bit, and I'm just like, I'm lost. I missed my map.
This is hard.
Because, like, I started with Hawkeye, and I just, like, kept going in circles. I'm just like, how the hell do I get out of here? And then I finally did, and I was just like, that was so much harder than the remake. I missed my map. I missed my glowing shiny star.
Whereas, like, I do have a very big appreciation for, like, this game because I think it looks really pretty. I know it's not, like, super uber realistic like a lot of the games are now, but, like, I like it. I think that they look good. The backgrounds are stunning. Like, the music, just don't even get me started on that. But, like, her face.
Yep, there she is. Charlotte. We're doing it.
So it's like, it might not be the hardest game to play, but there's so many other wonderful things about it that make up for that.
Okay. Danger is here. So yeah, in both of our earlier playthroughs, we just be like, nah, you can't come along. Go away.
I know.
So...
Sorry, Charlotte, you can't play with us.
We're having Charlotte play with us.
So
Charlotte is allowed to play with us.
See her story. And...
Yep. So here we go. Remember, we cannot save. Any items obtained will be lost. So we're just going to, like, blaze through and just see her story.
Yeah.
We're not going to open any chests because, again, the game flat out says you don't keep them. So I advise against it.
I mean, you can if you just want to, like, see it. But if you get some cool shit and then it goes away, it'd be probably pretty sad.
This feature is in Octopath Traveler. Like, you meet the other character. You choose your main character. Then the other 7, you have the option to see their story.
Okay.
But it's the main character that you want to follow the way through. Octopath Travelers is a game I'm excited to show you, but I know it's going to be long.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's one of the longest RPGs of all time.
Woo.
Just because, like, there's 8 different RPGs in it.
So is it, like, the longest one of all time in full completion, playing all of the characters, or just, like, one storyline?
All characters. One storyline is, like, an average RPG length.
Okay.
But there's, like, 8 storylines.
Well, that's kind of fucked up. Where are you going? She, like, goes to run to her parents, and they're like, nah, bitch, we dead.
Yeah.
Don't leave me.
Yeah, Charlotte's story is surprisingly deep. So yeah, like, she's constantly haunted by the ghost of her parents, I guess. That's what I grasped from it.
Yeah. Like, I know that she has, like, the resilience of a child, which is why she can be annoying, and, like, she has a pretty dark past, but I can't get over the speech impediment.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, like, that's how the character was written.
But even if they gave
and the actress committed.
Gave her one speech impediment. Either don't say your R's or don't say your S's, but you need to be able to say one of them.
Yeah. I agree to that.
So the fact that she can't say any of them, I'm like, dude, you're like 30 in elf years. Get a fucking speech therapist.
All right. So, yeah, we're actually in the city of Wendel.
Okay.
And this is Heath. We always see her talking about Heath in the other campaigns. It's just like, who the fuck is Heath?
Yeah.
This is Heath. He's, well, we'll let the game tell us. He's in some relation to the priest of Wendel. I just forget.
Looks like you're okay, though.
I feel like he's next in line, or like he's an apprentice of the priest.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is, like, when she would pop up, she'd be like, I'm trying to find Heath!
Yeah, so that's Heath.
Heathcliff!
Heathcliff! Did you ever see Heathcliff? He's like the sassier Garfield. Like, Garfield is lazy, but Heathcliff is like, I'm gonna kick your ass. He was a backyard alley cat, and he was always causing trouble.
I love it.
Whereas Garfield was just like, need some lasagna. I can't be bothered. Heathcliff was like,
Heathcliff is
hey,
the scrappy alley cat.
hey, let's mess with the backyard dogs. I don't think this is a good idea, Heathcliff. Nah, I got this.
Look here, Heath. The manor statue
Okay, so yeah, basically Heath is in training.
Okay.
You saw the light
And like he's explaining,
last night.
things are not going good.
Yes.
The goddess statue started crying.
Oh no!
This is a bad sign, a bad omen.
I do not. But I believe it has to do with
I feel like he was the
change
easiest
in
to
the
dub.
mana
He
power.
doesn't have mouth flaps.
I know.
Well, under that big old bushy
part of
beard.
Part of me was just his mustache moved when he talked.
Just like twitched a little.
Yeah, in lieu of mouth flaps.
Of course, Your Eminence. I believe there is trouble in Jad as well. We should erect a barrier in Cascade Cavern to protect Wendel from any interlopers with bad intent.
Whoop. Who's that?
It would be the safest plan.
Charlotte, have you been eavesdropping? I've been dropping no eaves, sir, honest.
Honest.
Samwise Gamgee, have you been eavesdropping? I've been dropping no eaves, sir, honest.
Leave him alone. I gotta go after him.
Alright, so she's determined to help out Heath on his pilgrimage. Because he's tasked with finding out the source of, like, why the goddess statue is crying. So he's going to leave, and
Maybe
she's like,
just
I
feeling
can't let him leave
extra-
alone. I'll help.
Maybe she's just feeling extra emotional right now.
Maybe.
Why do all the tears gotta mean something, you know?
I know, right?
Like,
Because it's not average for a giant plaque of stone to just start tearing up.
she's like, I'm so sorry, I just watched a really sad movie on YouTube. And I thought about it and it just got real sad. It's like that when I'm reading books at work and I start to like get teary-eyed and I have to stop because the customer's there, so I have to like help them with like
Come now,
tears in my
Charlotte.
eyes. And they're
You are
like, are
not
you okay?
supposed
And I'm
to
like,
leave
sorry,
the
I'm
town
reading a
today.
book back here.
Oh, man.
Let me go.
So yeah, we can't leave the building. We gotta find Heath, because if we leave, the priest will be like, Charlotte, you're not supposed to be
Let's go a
here.
different way.
And then they'll take us back inside.
She's like, son of a bitch!
So, no, I was thinking, like, the statue's crying and, like, it's sentient, so they can ask, Statue, why are you crying? There's a boy that accidentally killed his dog over in the Beach Kingdom.
I know! He's coming here!
They're like, what?
I know.
It's so sad. It's the saddest backstory. Much sadder than you, Charlotte. Wow, fuck me, I guess.
I know.
But there are monsters in Cascade Cavern and all around the lake.
Okay. So this little kid is explaining, like, how Charlotte's gonna end up in Cascade Cavern.
Hey, listen up, Tiny. I may be a
She's
small
spunky.
Ewok,
Yeah.
happen to be 15 years
Basically.
So I'm
And a dog. Oh no, even her subtitles have a speech impediment.
Yeah.
Ah!
Slower than most people do.
How to get to Astoria, or else.
Okay, fine. Meet me out.
So like her R's are W's, her L's are W's.
I know, it's too much. That's not how speech impediments work.
Nothing what to do. Let's take a nap.
I would know. I went through speech therapy. Come on.
Alright, time to take a nap. That's literally what she's like. Nothing we can do now. Let's take a nap.
That's my whole philosophy on life. Well, might as well go to sleep.
Either that or, well, might as well take a bath.
Yeah. Yeah, both of those things. I'm like, listen, I gotta wash this attitude off. I'll be back in 20 minutes. Like,
It's nighttime.
I think the first time I said that, you didn't know whether or not to laugh. You were like, like you had that I'm scared laugh.
Yeah. Next time you scare me, I'm just gonna go, or,
Aw.
Alright, so now it's nighttime. Where are you? There he is.
Heath.
Hey,
No, not Heath the kid. He's trying to get us away out of here. Because Heath is away from the cathedral right now. He started on his pilgrimage. And we can't leave without the guards noticing us. So this kid has a plan.
this is a spring step.
The Spring Stepper.
Lets you jump
That is also very cute.
far.
Yes.
Just don't ask where I took it from,
Aw.
okay?
The Mana series walks that fine line between, like, so adorably cute it would make an awesome plush toy
Yeah.
and nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
Like, later on, you're gonna see some things where it's just like, I have nightmares now. I'm scared. Check under the bed.
Someone could
Benevolent of Darkness.
See, I really like the Benevolent of Darkness.
Yeah, but as a kid, I'd be like,
Yeah, as a kid, it would be pretty scary.
woohoo!
I also love that they flip them head over heels.
I think my aim was
As
off.
oh, look at his little teeth.
Not
These little fangs.
It's so cute whenever you see it at first, and it's like, I have big scary teeth. It's like there's a fish that has like human teeth, and it's really
Yeah.
creepy.
You
So,
showed
like,
me.
When it opened it, like, you're like, oh, okay, it's a little fish. And then it opens its mouth and you're like, oh, shit! What is that?
I've seen videos of people feed pufferfish carrots. They crunch it. It's such a weird sound. Ah! Landed right on Angela.
ow.
Why is this happening to me?
Why me, Lord?
I guess I should
Oh my
go.
god. We used to have a guy who worked for our roofing company. And, like, I remember he was trying to move a window and it shattered. And he just stands there and he's just like, why me, Lord? He was just so done with life. He was the same guy that would go up like a 40-foot ladder and then he'd be like, never a fuck again. Never a fuck again.
Bruh.
And he'd swear night and day that he'd never do it again. And where would he be the next 2 weeks?
On a
40
40-foot
feet in the
ladder.
air. Never fucking again.
Finally, you were snoring.
See, we were having a costume discussion. Do
Okay.
you remember that? Whenever I was saying, like, Angela's costume versus...
Reese?
No.
No?
I almost said Lady Beryl. What's her name?
Oh shit, Belladonna.
Belladonna.
Yeah.
It's like Beryl is Sailor Moon. We can't talk about Sailor Moon. Toei knows.
I know.
See, like, Angela, like, she doesn't have outrageous chest sizes, so her
Yeah.
costume makes sense that, like, her boobs wouldn't fall out.
Mm-hmm.
Belladonna's is held on by the miracle of magic.
I know. She is a witch after all.
Like, there is no way, especially the way that she moves her body. If those were real boobs, there's no way.
Yeah, this game would be rated M for mature if she just shifted slightly
This
to
would
the
be
left.
triple X. Like, this is a porno game. Her boobs would be all over the place. They would be actually Bill and Ben.
I forget what game it is. It's like called Dead or Alive. It's a beach volleyball game. You wouldn't like it.
No.
But I know that like the biggest selling point was jiggle physics.
God. People are
And like
disgusting.
people, there was like a whole like controversy about it. Like, why is jiggle physics even a thing? And it's just like, I don't
Because it's also gross, horny teenagers that just
it prints
gross.
money.
Hate it.
All right, so now this is like the first part where I was just like, okay, Charlotte's kind of cool because
Oh, hey.
we're gonna see Charlotte in combat.
Oh my gosh, look at its tooth.
Yep, it's a rabbite. So it just got one little biter.
They're so cute.
Charlotte has nunchucks.
Charlotte's like, come at me, bitch. Like, her speech impediment goes away. She just now sounds like Samuel L. Jackson. Just like,
I'm ready to fight. And then a monster fights. Let's go, motherfucker.
I know. She's like, all right.
This is a piece of cake. Leave it to me.
I'm sorry, did I break your concentration?
Wait, what movie was it we were watching? It was the Adam Sandler Halloween movie.
Oh, yes. Hubie Halloween.
Hubie Halloween. Like, Shaq is in it, but he sounds
Yeah.
like a woman on the radio. That's what I just imagined Charlotte.
So she has like this hip thrust.
Pelvis of steel. Like,
Charlotte has an iron pelvis. You thrust your pelvis. Huh! You thrust your pelvis. Huh!
she's over here doing the time warp. And it's a pelvic thrust. Make it go
That's another movie with Meatloaf in it, isn't it? Isn't
Yeah.
Meatloaf one of the secondary characters
Yeah,
in
he's
Rocky
like,
Horror?
he is Frankenfurter's first experiment.
Okay.
He gets put in the freezer.
Yeah, because we were recently watching Fight Club, and he's Bitch Tits McGee.
Yeah, his name is Robert
Robert
Paulson.
Paulson! I'm sorry. That name is weird because Rob Paulson is the name of a voice actor. He does the voice of, like, Yakko in the Animaniacs.
What year was the Animaniacs?
1992?
Oh, well, I mean, that would have come first then, yeah. Not to be like, well, I mean,
Well, of course the actor came first.
I meant the show.
Oh, okay.
Like his popularity.
I think he was popular before that because he did
Here Comes the Rain.
Here Comes the Rain, da-da-da-da. Here comes the rain. It's alright, we're almost done with the episode.
So if you guys hear like rain or storming behind us, it can get pretty loud
Yeah,
on the metal roof.
it's gonna storm. Let's just hope it doesn't cut off the power.
Oh my god, I'd be so sad.
Well, we just don't want lightning to strike again.
Oh my god.
We don't want to get thunderstruck.
I would live in the car. I'd be like, fuck this house. On this hill, I'm gonna live in the car.
With you and the two dogs. Nope, that's a cat. Really?
I know. So we had a situation, and the fire department had to come up, and like 2 of the firefighters were like standing on the porch with us, and we had Wesker and my cats in the car, because they had to like go check the house, make sure there was no fire. So all the animals were in the car. And Milo was sitting up tall with Wesker, and the one firefighter was like, "Oh, cool! Is that a Shiba? Like, they're beautiful dogs." And he's like, "Oh, you have 2 Shibas." I was like, "Nope, that one's a cat." Like, but it was funny to see them like side by side because
It was.
they
Well,
do
'cause
look
they were-
very much alike.
Yeah, them two were just like, huh, what's going on? Whereas Luna's like,
Luna was under the driver's seat, like, "Fuck this, I'm done."
like I hate it
My
here.
poor cat.
Mommy.
I know. I thought she was gonna be so mad at me, and then like I curled up in bed because I was just so upset, and she just like laid with me, and I was like, "I'm so sorry, Luna."
Luna was like, it's not your fault. She's like, Robin Williams, come on, it's not your fault.
It's not your fault. Don't do this to me, man. It's not your fault. Please don't do this. Only she's Robin Williams in that situation.
I could ask
All
the
right, so
same
here we
of
go.
you.
Heath was found by the Beastmen. And like this adds more of a connection between Charlotte's story and Kevin's story.
Human's a priest from Wendel.
Which is why I chose Charlotte as the second character instead of the third, because if you choose her as the second, you'll actually see the connections with their story.
Okay.
Whereas with the third, she shows up later in the cell and
Yeah.
it's just like, "Oh, I'm just along for the ride."
So did we do Reese as the third?
Yes, Reese is our third. We'll see her in prison.
We'll see
you
her
in jail.
Let me go, you people!
He's just,
Charlotte,
He's like, I'm not even gonna bend down and waste the cartilage in my knee. I'll
he was
just.
like, I'm just gonna hold her face.
So there we go. He's able to show off his magical holy spells.
What are
Yeah,
you
because I mean, like, even this is very stereotypical. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know, the child runs after to try and help and just gets in the way, you know.
And here he
Here's
is.
Gormand. He's like, "Do-do-do-do-do." I picture he would sing as he walks. Like, he would have his own, like, walking tunes. I know, just like, "Da-da-da-da-da-da-da." He would be singing the circus tune. Hey,
So basically, to explain what's going on, when Heath revealed that he's a holy magic user, Gorman's like, "Ah, that's what I want."
Suppose it is a powerful spell after all. Ooh, looks like I hooked a whopper.
So yeah, he needs Heath because of his holy magic
Okay.
to continue his dark deeds.
to Heath?
Pow!
Smacks the shit
Love
out of
that
her.
backhand.
You can't hit a child. Watch me.
Just like, I can if I'm not technically human. Alakazoom!
He's like, I'm a goddamn puppet. If you have a problem with a puppet hitting a child, go watch Chucky. Like,
Don't fuck with the Chuck.
bruh.
No! Heath!
Alright, so he took Heath, and that is why Charlotte is looking for him. Because Gormand is just like, deuces. Got your holy magic user. Peace.
Give him back!
Okay.
And there we go. So that's Charlotte's story in a nutshell. We gotta find Heath. He's a very important holy magic user, and when he falls into the wrong hands, that's bad news. Alright, so I believe that's all of Charlotte's story. We're gonna go right back into the present day after a word from our sponsors. Have you tried Malaria Be Gone?
You'll feel better once you've had your malaria be gone.
Oh my god. If we ever get big enough to where like we have to do our own ads, I wonder if we could do an ad for like a Malaria Be Gone, and our sponsor would be like, we're not sponsoring that.
I know. They'd be like, listen, we can't do that. And we'd be like, malaria be gone it is!
Because of the barrier! Until you all
Unless there really is like a malaria pill, be like, hey, listen, we have a great pitch for you.
So what am I sponsoring? Well, it's a nerd show called Pupcorn. Uh-huh. And we feel like a lot of our audience might suffer from malaria. Uh-huh.
They're like, right.
Alright, so now we're in the present day. Alright, quit crying.
You let her cry. If she's crying, she's not talking.
You can't use a speech impediment with tears.
Wah, 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 wah.
Okay, you can.
priest anyway?
Kevin's like, okay, you can join me. Fuck, I get the kid.
I know, he's like, oh.
Duran gets the mage. Hawkeye gets the Amazon princess. I get the child. This is fair.
Well, because he's just a kid himself.
Yeah.
He's only supposed to be, what, like 14?
14 or 15, yeah. He would technically be the youngest, because Charlotte is
Yeah.
young in appearance,
Charlotte
but she's...
is young for elves, but like in human years, she's like a middle-aged adult.
Yes.
That's like whenever I was playing and we were going through her story, like my characters had to talk to people and they're like, who, her? She's
I
like
love
30. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
I love that she goes, all right, recruits, let's go. And Kevin's like, so young. Gotta protect the young ones. So small.
So
All right, in the next part, we're going to show off battle with Charlotte and Kevin. See ya more in Cascade Cavern.